All right, so for this video, I just kind of wanted to talk about this thing that I've been thinking about, which is basically the amount of like the technology deception, basically, which is basically this agenda by by the cabal, by like the people in power, that to basically get to assimilate human beings with technology, right? And the deception behind it, but the core deception behind technology is that, is this idea that, like, oh, humans are limited and so we need technology, and people worship technology like a god. That's basically like the demon, like the Satanists and the demons, like their god is AI, their god is technology, right? And this links with, like the agenda of, the cabal of linking assimilating human beings with artificial intelligence, using like the brain chip, using like the Neuralink, all that kind of stuff, right? But like the main deception here is this idea that, oh, humans are imperfect and that they need to be improved. But right, if you look at like some of my other videos, right, you'll know that, that human beings actually have supernatural powers that have been programmed out of the human brain, right? You look at remote viewing, you look at, precognition, you look at, and I believe that there are even like lost abilities like telekinesis, like the ability to, alter the reality around us with our consciousness, that basically have been programmed out either genetically, through the, the chemtrails, the vaccines, the, like the stuff that they put in the food, the water, right? All that kind of stuff, like the fluoride in the water, all that stuff is related to trying to program human potential out, so that so it's like a problem reaction solution. They program human potential out over thousands of years, and then what they do is they offer is that this cabal that manipulated that did that same manipulation offers the solution, which is technology, right? And so people come to believe that, oh, we have such limited lifespans, even though our lifespans are actually a lot longer than 120 years, but we've been genetically manipulated to have a shorter lifespan. And it's the same thing with, communication between human beings, like telepathy. That's another ability, right? Mind to mind communication, things like that, right? Where, like they say that, oh, humanity has all these flaws, and like we live such a short time, and we're so weak, and we have these frail bodies, and we don't have these abilities, so we need technology. And people rely on technology like a crutch, but that is the deception, is that we don't need technology, because in our primordial prime, right, our natural state, in our prime, we do not need technology at all. And I do feel like in order to overcome, this deception, I believe that it is sort of essential. Like, if you've ever read the Dune novels, right, by Frank Herbert, right, I feel like that's the route that I think humanity should go down, is like that Frank Herbert route of replacing, of essentially banning technology, banning computers, which is what they did in the novel, because AI became sentient, and they had to wage war against, like a bunch of robots and the AI, for a long, long time, and that was like the dark ages of like the Dune universe, was having to fight AI. And so what they did essentially in the Dune novels is they essentially banned computers and banned technology, and they replace it with psychic abilities. Basically, they replace it with the abilities of the human mind. And even things like, like our intellect has been sort of dumbed down, that our IQ and our ability to, to have like photographic memories, right? Like you look at like people with savant syndrome, like our ability to, and our intellect, our strength should actually be much, much higher than it is right now. But that's because the human body has been programmed in a certain way in order to facilitate this deception, that we should look outside, we should look at technology for the solution, which is not the solution. It's the mark of the beast. It's the it's the it's like the agenda to assimilate human beings with artificial intelligence, which, where they try to remove and the human soul. They try to attack the human soul. right? And that is their agenda, and they're using it, and this is a huge deception where they're using technology, and they're using it basically like the worship of technology as a way to try and sort of push this on people, right? And you look even today at like iPad kids, right? Like you have kids who are like they're so addicted to their iPads, they get handed iPads at like ages of like 4 or 5, 6 years old, and so they become so addicted to technology, to the social media algorithms, that they can't imagine life without it, right? And nowadays, human beings are more connected to technology than they are with nature. I mean, think about that for a second. That's by design, right? Our disconnection from each other, our disconnection from nature, and they replace that with a computer screen, right? And yet again, like with each generation becomes more and more and more and more and more addicted, dependent on technology. And eventually, what happens is like you look at like Gen Alpha, right, and stuff like that. Like eventually, what's going to happen is that like people are going to be like, oh, it's just a chip in the brain. It's no big deal, even though it is a big deal, right? Because they try to program a human society with such a reliance on technology, with this almost like this worship of technology, this worship of AI, with like Chat GPT and all this other stuff. They try to do that in order to carry out this deception of trying of saying like, see, human beings are flawed, and so you need technology to save you, right? Technology is the savior in this case, which it's not, but that's what they're trying to do. That's the agenda that they're trying to push, is this idea that technology is better than what we have in here. It's like the material world versus our spiritual capabilities, right? And so I just wanted to make a quick video about that technology deception, right? That deception where like they program human potential out of the human body, out of the human mind. They try to program our sense of human potential to say, oh, human beings are so limited, human beings are so, but with technology, right? Yet again, problem, reaction, solution, right? So I just wanted to talk about that deception. I think that that's a deception that people should really really be aware of, moving forward. Is that they're going to push technology. They're going to push this idea that you need technology to save you, even though you need to go within. You need to go to your essence. You need to go to you need to activate your spiritual faculties. You shouldn't look to a brain chip or a language synthesis model, AI model for the solutions to your problems. You should look within, right? But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the video.